So once we have cleansed the skin and we have prepped it with alcohol or acetone, depending on your client's skincare needs, and you have prepped your blade, now we are going to start. So I am going to start here. As you see, I am stretching the skin. And we are going to go right up to the ear. Remember, we want to make straight lines. I'm overlapping about 10%. I can do one more here before I have to change my angle, because remember, the blade cannot go over the eye area. So we cannot do this. So when we're working, the blade is always working towards our sides. So I'm going to switch to the other side now. I'm going to hold taut and I am going to come underneath the eye area. This is the only area that I'm not working in between my fingers. However, you'll see that I am holding quite tight and my pressure is quite firm. So that is our first pass. We are going to do 2 passes. My second pass, I'm going to add in the neck. So I'm going to hold tight. Another thing you can do is you can hold with the palm of your hand. So after each section, I usually do a little bit of a wipe. So once I finish the cheek, I'll do a wipe. When I finish the neck, I'm going to do a wipe. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my second pass on the cheek area. This one, I am going to work in a different direction just so I can kind of get that little bit of that cross hatching. So once again, I am working towards myself. I'm working in between my fingers and I'm doing a straight line. For your second pass, you can see more of that dead skin coming off rather than the hair. Now you're going to notice that there's only so far I can go. So then once again, I'm going to change my angle and I'm just going to do another one just underneath the eye area. So a question that comes up a lot is sideburns. Do not change a hairline. If someone has extra hair here, take it off. But good rule of thumb is lift the majority of that longer hair up and kind of see where that baby hair is, so that vellus hair. And then you can kind of just remove a little bit of that vellus hair. But do not change a hairline. So now we have finished the cheek, the neck. Neck, we're only gonna do 1 pass because they're a little bit more sensitive. And I'm gonna move on to the other side. You'll also notice that I have 2 gauzes, 1 on each side, just for convenience. Once again, I'm gonna go from medial to lateral and I'm working towards myself. This side is gonna be a little bit harder for those right-handed, and the left-handed girls, the other side is gonna be a little bit harder. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're stretching the skin. We are being consistent with our lines. I am putting a little bit of pressure on Emma, and I am working on a 45-degree angle. On this side, I can go underneath the eye because I can still work towards myself and the blade is not going to be like this. So I can work still going this way. So you're always noticing that where I'm pulling from, where I'm starting from, I'm anchoring the skin. So if I'm coming here, I'm anchoring as I go, I inch along as I go along. We're gonna start to do the second pass. So I'm gonna do the neck and then I'm gonna work my way up. And for this side, I'm going to use my palm. So I'm gonna put pressure down and I'm gonna go all the way up. For the far side, what you can do, let's see if we can. Oh, is that a gamma? What you can do to get to the ear, because sometimes it's hard, you can take your blade and once again, you're working towards yourself. I hold up and I simply just do a straight line all the way down. Just for that one side. Okay. So now we have done cheek, neck, neck. I'm gonna move to the forehead and then I'm gonna do submental, upper lip, and then chin. Please be careful, once again, of brows. Do not change a brow. You will get in big trouble. As you notice, when I was doing the cheeks, I was holding my blade more like this, and now I have changed to be a little bit more relaxed. The closer you hold your blade to your handle, to the blade, the more rigid, the more control you have. The further away you go, the less control, but the bigger strokes you can do. Now I'm gonna do my second pass. So I'm gonna start medial and I'm gonna work lateral. This side, I can't work medial to lateral because I don't want to do that over top of the eye and the eyebrow. So I'm gonna, for this side, I'm gonna work lateral to medial. And this just makes sure that I'm not going too close to the brow. Okay. Sometimes you just want to make sure too that you get any of those little tiny wee hairs. Now we're gonna do submental. So I would say, look up. And I'm gonna stand for this just so I can look under. I'm gonna hold very lightly, but still with some pressure. And we're going to get all of those. So you'll see that for the submental, what I'm doing is originally I just come up and then I'm kind of doing a side angle. So I'm going an angle across and then I'm going to do a little bit of an angle this way. Sometimes these hairs are tricky to get, so I find that that's the best way. And then also too, I am getting a little bit more on that jawline. Remember, we don't ever go over a curve. So if I can kind of do an angle like this, it'll just help. Okay, I'm gonna do upper lip now. So I'm gonna angle Emma a little bit towards you. I have large hands, so I can easily stretch like this. Not everybody can. So I'm gonna do 2 passes and I'm gonna show you 2 ways. First way, if you have large hands, just simply stretch. And you're gonna go all the way across. What you're gonna notice is when I did that, I stretched and then I let go just to get a better grip, stretched, stretched. Every time I let go, I have to pick my blade up. Another way you can do it is you can just hold here. And then you just hold like this. And then we come across like that. Also note for this area, for the lip, I'm not using my full blade like I did on the cheeks. I'm focusing more on the tip, so I'm angling. I'm gonna use the non-side. I'm angling a little bit more. Now I'm gonna do the chin area. So the chin, normally what I do is I break it up into 2. So it's 1 section, but I'm gonna break it into 2. So remember, we're always working towards ourselves. So now I've done a little bit of the jawline, so this is my area. So what I'm simply gonna do is I'm gonna come in, and then I'm gonna go to this side. Don't worry about resting your hand on the person or whatnot. So I did my first pass. I can see that there's still hair there. Now what I'm gonna ask Emma to do is if she can just bite her lower lip slightly, a little bit less, that's perfect. What this has done is has flattened everything out. So now, and she's also holding for me. So now I'm just gonna hold the bottom and I'm literally just gonna go up just to get those little vellus hairs around the mouth area. And also because this is a movable part, we do see a lot more dead skin cell buildup. And now I'm just gonna get these ones that I see. Because like I said, it is a flat area now. Okay, thank you. So lastly, this is the last thing that we're gonna do. Emma, I'm gonna get you to open your mouth wide like an O. Thank you. And then I'm literally going to go on that lip line. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna go on that lip line. Thank you. And I do see a little bit of hair up here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go up. Once I finish, I'm gonna take my blade, I'm gonna put it on my countertop, and then we're just gonna look. Perfect. Dermaplaning done.